Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 239. I'm just getting back from my walk with my mom, and it's funny. I thought, I'm like I said, I've been looking at a lot of my notes from the different days that Doc V's had since I've been in the challenge for probably I started probably about 30 days in, so out of 540 days, I've been there for probably 500 days. But I kind of decided today is I was looking through his notes, and ironically, I came across one that was from day 79, and it was Eric Rupert, which was a chef. And he kind of talked about how he had some struggles in life, and that he had difficulties he had to overcome. Like he had like learning challenges. So he was OCD, but he had learning challenges, and there was a lot for him to overcome. And well, hi, Pandra, good to see you this morning. And how he wanted to be a chef. He got into becoming a chef. He trained under the best chefs because he was in Europe. And what he was finding is that he wasn't happy. And he wasn't happy because he realized everybody around him wasn't happy. And he knew he had to do something about it. He had to change something. And in his case, he kind of went to meditation. And the reason this kind of hit me this morning is I'm like, oh, things are going well. Everything's going great. But I thought, I just am looking so forward to just like a long guided meditation today before I start my work day. And I thought, I'm going to get my live out of the way before I even go do that. And then I'm just going to relax and be calm before I actually start the work day. And again, there's no stress with the work day. It's just a normal work day. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. And I thought that there's just something comforting for me in just getting that relaxing and peaceful place. And when I was looking at this, with Eric Rupert, he said he was OCD. He wanted to be a chef because he struggled so much in school. That was about the only thing he thought he could do. But when he got into the field, he just realized it wasn't working for him. And it wasn't working for him because he wasn't feeling good. And I'm going to say that meditation, the same for me as what he's saying, is meditation helps me be in that feel-good place. Am I stressed? No. I think we all have stresses in our lives, but I have a lot of activities coming up in the near short future, and that meditation, that calming time, it just allows me to feel good. And I think that's when our lives get better, is when we learn to make our life feel good. And meditation is that tool that helps me to feel good. So he was kind of talking about that. He uses meditation as an opportunity to focus on ideas and solve challenges. So in his case, he's probably thinking about, oh, you know what, Thomas? I'm always up early. I'm up by like 4:30 every morning. I just figured I want a nice, good, long meditation before I start the workday, so I figured I'd get my live out of the way. But I'm up early all the time. My mom and I have already walked, and typically we've always got our walk in by this time of the morning. But so he was kind of talking about meditation as his problem-solving time or his planning time. And this, again, was Eric Rupert, who struggled with learning challenges, but always had a passion for meals. And I tutored learning disabled kids in reading math when I was younger. And what I'm going to say is that they were always gifted in some area, but it was more on the creative side of life instead of the, I'm going to call it like the box where you follow a pattern, which is like languages. And even in the English language, we're not a normal pattern. We take pieces of other languages and bring them together, which makes it not an easy thing to identify the patterns for. But he said that when he meditated, he would like it to being on top of a mountain looking at a valley and to see what's happening in his life. So he'd be on top of the mountain looking at his life down below. And he used that time in meditation to focus, to have ideas, to look for solutions to problems. And it gave him a chance to say, am I happy? Is my life happy? And I think that that's the tool that meditation is. Some people aren't comfortable with meditation, and I think it's because they haven't learned to find that time to be quiet and time to reflect. And that time of being quiet and reflecting, it lets you connect with your life, and it lets you identify a direction that you want to go in, even if it's just like they'll say you don't want to come up with 15 things for one day, but even if it gives you a direction for one or two things for the day, like I've already started like, okay, putting the list together. What will I need this weekend? Just so I don't forget something. And not like anything, just like tennis shoes, or do I need a medicine, thyroid medicine or something like that. But I think that quiet time and reflecting just gives you a fresh start to the day. Just the same as like I have a routine every morning. I get up between 4 and 4:30 in the morning. My mom and I walk in the morning. I do my live before I go to start the work day. Make the bed. So I get a lot of things done before I ever even start the work day. And that makes me feel good, because if something comes up during the day, I have an opportunity to do it, and I don't feel like I wasted a lot of time, because this early morning time, there's not a lot of interruptions, and I can just keep moving forward, and I love that. But kind of what Eric Rupert said in this Day 79, and how Doc V kind of explained it when he was talking about meditation and about finding the way to have a happy life and to find the way about having a good life, is that you want to always put yourself in a place where you feel good. And Doc V always says you can choose to be right, or you can choose to be happy. Sometimes fighting the fight to say I'm right isn't worth the energy. Every person's going to make their own decisions. Choose to be happy. The doc was talking about meditation is, in his talk for this particular day, meditation is that time where we visualize, we see, we control, we problem solve, which was what Eric Rupert said. But he said what happens is this time gives us the details, and it lets us identify that our life is about a lot more than just that one item. Like weight loss is about a lot more than just weight loss. Weight loss is about our self-worth. It's about how comfortable we are in life. It's about being self-confident. It's about being in a happy, high energy place so that you make the decisions that support your journey. The doc was in this talk talking about how the details matter, and the end product of spending this time to meditate, to calm yourself, to look down on your life and make a plan or make a step or two to improve your life, that is what will make your, as the doc would say, a kick butt life. And we know he won't say kick butt life, but you want to make this life the most it can be. Remember, a lot of people are into arguing anymore. I kind of think Doc V's thoughts on, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And I think that's the best bet. Like, I'm not going to engage and argue with people. It's not worth arguing with people. Everyone's going to come to a point in time where they can make a decision on their own, and the consequences of their decisions are theirs. So to be wallowing in someone else's misery, if they ask for advice, you can give it, but you don't want to take it on for yourself, because there's just too much in life to be that person. So just as a reminder, the doc always says this: obesity is nothing more than the manifestation of all of our suffering. So if you spend that time meditating, you might find some area where you can improve it a little bit, and it'll make your journey a little bit easier. You can learn to enjoy the journey, and when you learn to enjoy the journey, it's a lot more fun. We have to get back to our roots. That's the digging in. I like Eric Rupert's visualization. His meditation is he's on the top of a hill, or I'll think of it as on the top of a cliff. You're looking down into the most amazing valley, and you can kind of see what's before you, and you can make a plan for what you're going to do to start working into that beautiful new life. Gratitude, appreciation, meditation, that calming always helps to center me. And if it's not something you're doing, it's something I'd highly recommend. Make this the best possible life. We don't need to argue with other people. All we need to do is to work on ourselves every day to make our lives the best they possibly can be. And the rest of it will fall out. When people are ready, they'll reach out to you. And if they're not ready, we don't need to argue with them. They will find their way when they're ready. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day, and it's off for some nice meditation. Thank you.